Hi everybody, welcome back to Matthaei at Home. I'm Megan and today we're going to learn how to start our own garden by germinating some seeds. Although March in Michigan is clearly still really cold outside, it's actually the perfect time of year to get seedlings started growing indoors so that you can plant them outside and grow them all summer. Since the seedlings will take a while to grow, starting them around this time of year will put you right on track to have a blossoming vegetable garden this summer. Working with the soil and watching the dry seeds turn into vibrant green plants is such a worthwhile way to pass these final cold days of winter. Growing a vegetable garden really isn't that difficult, although it does take some regular attention. As long as you take good care of your plants by watering them whenever the soil feels or looks dry, you'll be rewarded with some of the most delicious vegetables you've ever had in your whole life. It's not very hard to grow your own seeds from scratch either. All that you really need, and this is the most important part, is you need some seeds to start. And vegetables like peas or beans or squash have really big seeds that are easy to get growing, but any seeds for any fruits or vegetables that you like will work for this too. You'll also need some good soil mix to plant your seeds in. To germinate your seeds, you'll want a couple things such as some plastic sandwich baggies or just a plastic container and some paper towel. And of course, we're definitely going to need water. So the first step is to get our seeds germinating. And we're going to need everything except for soil here.
First, take out your seeds. Here's what I have, which is just some peas, beans, and tomatoes. We're going to want to try to germinate at least a few of them, or more than one, in order to make sure that we have at least one seed that sprouts. Sometimes your seeds won't sprout, so it's important to have a few backups. We're going to get our paper towel nice and damp, and then we tuck our little seeds onto the paper towel. This way they're going to stay nice and moist. So now we want to either place our paper towel into a plastic sandwich bag or a plastic container with a lid. It's important that your seeds stay in a container that is at least partially enclosed but not fully enclosed to keep them warm and moist. Place your seeds in their container in a warm area and let them rest. Keep checking back on them every few days to make sure that the paper towel is moist and to see if your seeds sprout.
If you're like me, you might be wondering how this works. Seeds are a really clever invention for the plant because they're really the perfect container for starting a new seedling. If we look inside the seed from a little pea inside of a pea packet, for example, we can see what's really going on here. We can identify the embryo, which is where the seedling will start to grow from, the seed coat, which is the outer layer that protects the seed, and the cotyledon, which is all of this area inside the seed, which provides it food and energy to grow. Because the seed is already a perfect little package, all it needs is water and some warmth to sprout. It isn't even until the seed grows its first leaves that it needs sunlight like most plants do. And yes, this little pea from the pea pod can really be used as a seed to grow more peas as long as it's stored the right way. For me, I started noticing my seeds sprouting within the first 5 days, and after a week, the roots really started growing. By 2 weeks, you should definitely be starting to see some splitting of your seed coating on the outer edge, but if you haven't, then you can always just plant some more seeds. I also want to say that you can also just plant your seeds directly in soil. However, then you don't get to see and make sure which ones actually start to germinate and which ones will actually grow. And this way we also get to enjoy watching our seeds grow right from the very beginning. Once you see your seed coat split and you know that there's roots starting to grow, it's time to get your seeds into some dirt.
So I'm going to be using some old plant pots and some recycled takeout containers to get my seeds potted, but really any container will work, preferably with drainage holes. So you're just going to want to fill your container with potting soil and then place your seeds inside of it. Cover them back up with a layer of soil and then give them a really good misting with a spray bottle filled with normal water. Try not to use a watering can yet, as this may wash away your seeds, especially if you're using smaller seeds.
Once your seeds are in their dirt and they're starting to grow, from here it's just a waiting game. You've done all the hard work. You want to keep a close eye on your pots and make sure that you always spray them with water if the dirt starts to get dry. Within a few more weeks, you should definitely see the seedlings begin to sprout above the soil and grow their leaves. Something I think is really interesting is that the plant's first leaves are actually called its dicot leaves, and they don't look anything like what the plant's full-grown leaves will be like. After it has its dicot leaves, eventually you'll see it grow another new set of leaves, and these are called its true leaves. If you can, this is also a really good time to give your plants some food in the form of some sort of fertilizer. Most potted soil mixes don't come with any nutrients in them, and so we have to add a little bit of that because plants require nutrients like nitrogen and phosphates in order to produce energy. Now for me, it's still way too early for me to move my seedlings outdoors by the time I'm filming this video. It's generally after the last frost of the season that you want to move your plants outdoors. For Michigan, this happens in late April or early May. You want to bring your plant outside for just a few hours on the first day and then gradually increase that number of hours each day until the plant can be outside all day long. This is a process called hardening off, and it's really important because it allows your plants to gradually acclimate to the weather outdoors, which is just super different than being indoors, as I'm sure we can all attest to. Once your plant is finally ready to produce food, the first thing you'll actually see is it produce a flower. From this flower, the fruit or vegetable will grow, and when you pull off this food and eat it, you'll notice seeds inside. The fruits and vegetables that we eat from plants like these are actually a product that the plant produces in order to spread its seeds and grow new plants. Growing a vegetable garden is one of my favorite parts of the summer. Every year I get so excited to plant all the crops that I'm going to try to grow this year. And I know that the food that I eat from these plants are grown 100% by me. I especially know they haven't been treated with any harsh pesticides, and they have a positive impact on the environment because of this. And they're also the tastiest vegetables that I can find anywhere. Plus, there's nothing better than grabbing a ripe vegetable and eating it straight off the vine. I hope that you had fun watching your seeds sprout into real plants with me, and I wish you good luck on your garden this summer. If you enjoyed watching these plants grow, I really hope that you come check out all of the incredible plants from around the world that we have growing right now at the conservatories here at Matthaei. I hope that you come visit soon!